Present, please. On my last commentary, I discussed the ridiculous claim made by Dr. Friday that his party inherited a country that was on the brink of being a failed state. In reality, Dr. Friday and his party inherited a country that was the second fastest growing economy in the region, second only to Guyana that had just discovered oil, a country where investor confidence was high, exciting investments here, and more planned for the future. A country where, after just being 2 months in, his party was able to pay bonuses in excess of $22 million to public servants and other workers. Surely, that's not a failed state economy. That's an economy that's strong, that's vibrant, that's growing, with the new government merely having to continue where the old government left off and manage the country properly. But even that they couldn't do. So now he's floating the idea of failed state because he's preparing for his meeting in the US to discuss debt relief. Mind you, nothing is wrong with seeking debt relief. When the ULP came into office in 2001, it sought and received debt relief from the British government because of the great work it was doing in reducing poverty in this country. It sought and received debt relief for the corrupt Otley Hall project that the NDP left us, a loan of $200 million for a project that was only worth 14. We got debt relief for that. So there's no problem at all, and I have no problem with them seeking debt relief. However, my question is, why fail state? Well, here's why. I believe that St. Vincent and the Grenadines is already headed for an IMF structural adjustment program. Do you remember those programs where countries like Grenada, St. Lucia, Barbados, and so on entered into that brought real pains to its population? I believe we're headed there. Now, under the ULP, over the last 24 years, the ULP never ever missed a single debt payment throughout its entire period. Salaries were never late or defaulted on and not paid. The country was always managed well. But it seems already that this new government is having problems. And so they're preparing the mindset of its apologists when Dr. Friday comes back from the US to push the narrative that this had to be done because the country's economy was bad. And what is this? Well, like the other countries that went on the IMF structural adjustment program, they froze salaries, they froze hiring. Some of them even cut the public servants in an attempt to cut the wage bill. These are the things that seem to be looming on our beautiful country. And I know that wasn't what you voted for. You voted for change, not this kind. Now, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong for all the hardworking Vincentians and all those who were looking forward for better things from this government. But I doubt I am. However, I am willing to wait and see. It will be Friday soon, and he'll come back with his report.